Tangerines are good. Sunny
The
D is
taste, like, the taste is good, but it's not good enough to warrant, like, all the effort that you have to go through and the texture of the orange itself.
yeah.
Sunny D
Okay,
is an orange. Sunny D is not orange juice. You know that?
isn't it like tangerine or something or some?
No.
I don't want to sound dumb.
Sunny
What is
D
it?
is orange pulp, water, orange flavor, artificial orange flavor, and sugar. That's what it is.
Well, I love that versus regular oranges. Oranges suck.
Sugar pulp juice.
Pulp.
Yeah, they
Hi
use
guys.
like
Welcome
10%
to
juice.
bonus
Diet
level.
Coke.
Welcome back to your mom.
Carbonated pulp.
So we have your hosts Zach, Carter, and Kate. Say hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi. Okay, so yeah, we were just having a discussion about oranges. Is it? I have a question. Do you guys eat your apples like you don't like knife? You don't get the knife and you don't like skin it, right? You just eat it like with the skin on.
It depends. If I want to look cool, I will take my knife and I will peel the apple in one complete thin strand. It just if I want to look cool.
You just stand there doing it. Like you're right next to like a preschool or something, and you're just doing that.
Why? No, that's creepy.
You're like, I'm so cool.
It's against the law to peel apples, huh? Well, it is against the law to have a weapon near a preschool. Like
that reminds me of a movie where like this creepy man, he was a bad guy. He was like peeling an apple next to like a skull, right? And he gave one of the kids an apple slice, and yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that is a really good thing to do with peaches. Like, get a small knife and just peel the peach with a knife, and then you can cut off pieces of the peach, stab it with the knife, and eat it like just like that with like a fork.
Peaches are like too like weak though. I just don't like the texture of peaches and stuff because it's just like so like it's so fragile.
Yeah, like as soon as you like bite or like start to squish it, it turns into mush.
Okay, well let's get into our stories, our cool stories. Okay, so Juneteenth that just happened recently, like a few days ago. Do you guys know what Juneteenth is?
Yeah, they just made it a holiday.
I read it a little bit.
So Biden signed a legislation into law that establishes June 19th or Juneteenth as it is known as a U.S. federal holiday. This commemorates the end of slavery in the U.S. So basically, what happened on June 19th, 1865, Union General Gordon Granger declared slavery abolished, and I guess it it just spread across the U.S. and stuff. So that is celebrated as a time when slavery's abolished, but it wasn't actually a holiday until very recently, like whenever Biden signed it. So that's good.
A federal holiday.
A federal, yeah. So it's good that it gets recognition.
Wasn't the last holiday to be like the last holiday to actually become a federal holiday was Martin Luther King Day, and that was like 1984, I think, right?
Yeah.
Really? That's been a while. Wow.
Yeah, been a couple years.
I don't, you notice how like I'm just curious about this. Every college I've been to, they always have a Martin Luther King Street.
Yeah, me too. I wonder why that is.
Yeah, ours is walking from the cafeteria to the. It's like the cafeteria in the post office and stuff. It's like in that area, I think.
Yeah, it's like the main street.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's cool.
Wait, I have a question.
But yeah, go ahead.
Why did I mean, I guess I don't have a problem with it. I'm just curious. Why is it called Juneteenth? Like, did they just say 19th in June, so we're just gonna put June and then teenth? But then that can apply to like 18th too, and 17th, and 16th, and 15th, and 14th, and 13th. So like.
But there's no other holidays during the 10th of June. I don't think so.
Yeah, I guess so. But then why don't they just make it one of those things where it just covers all of the teens of June? Kind of like how Pride Month is a whole month.
Well, it's because on this day, this is what happened.
Okay, so I don't like the name Juneteenth because June is the 6th month, not the 9th month. And why is it the 19th? It should Juneteenth makes me think the 16th, not the 19th.
Oh, I don't even think of that. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess it
Just
really doesn't matter. It's just a name. It's the same thing as like Christmas, you know. It's just a name.
yeah.
But doesn't
I'm still
Juneteenth
still
sound like
glad.
so Juneteenth, the name Juneteenth, it sounds so like not, I guess, like named appropriately for the actual like holiday, because like slavery being abolished is great and everything, but it also like we also recognize like all the horrible stuff that happened in the past. But Juneteenth sounds like something that like you see in like a section at Target or something that's like try our Juneteenth clothes, you know?
Oh yeah.
No.
Like I love how we're all like completely disrespecting this holiday.
No, I'm not trying to. I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I-
we're
I'm
not.
just saying that like
Just a disclaimer, we're just discussing the name. We don't like for what it represents, we're completely for.
I don't know. I just don't think that this. Okay, the holiday's fine, but like the name, I don't think the name does it justice. Essentially,
What would you think it should be called then?
um, abolish day.
slavery abolished. Yeah, abolish day.
What is it called?
I,
What Emancipation Day? What about that?
I mean, well, it's not exactly the same.
But it's
well,
like, isn't emancipation like freedom? So
I get, yeah, I guess.
yeah. Wait, I think
thought-
there may be
wait,
a separate Emancipation Day.
Yeah, I thought there was already one for like the day that Emancipation
Yeah. Okay.
Proclamation was
So
signed.
Emancipation Day. Yeah, you're right. It's April 16th, 1862. It's when it was like, yeah. Wait. Wait. What happened on Emancipation Day? Marks the abolish of slavery in the District of Columbia. So that's different, I think.
is that a national holiday?
Um, I think so.
Oh, cool.
I mean, it's just okay. Well, just to conclude everything, it's good that it is getting recognition, and so people have, so people know what happened in the past, and we learn from it and try to
At
be
least
better.
it's a holiday that isn't like inspired by just like I don't know, buying shit, you know. Like it's
Yeah,
Okay.
actually representative of something historically significant rather than oh, there's eggs everywhere. Let's go get them or something like that. Although Easter is my favorite holiday, so.
Wait, okay, listen.
you just dissed your own holiday.
Okay, so isn't Juneteenth illegal to teach about in like 9 states?
What it is?
Yeah, like hold on,
I
I'm gonna look
guarantee
this
you there's
up real quick.
southern states.
What?
Well, it can't be anymore, right? Because it's a U.S. federal holiday, so they have to acknowledge it.
You have to
I did
acknowledge it,
read
but
on
like,
I think so because it's kind of like what if it's one of those things where it's like technically weed is illegal federally but states can make it legal on a state level. What if it's kind of like that?
I don't know. Well, the thing is, like, it's I think okay. Well, first of all, the federal like jurisdiction, it is the I guess the strongest thing. Like, it could override states' things. So I do think that it has to be at least acknowledged in class. I guess it's up to states on how they want to teach that. I did read an article though about this that some states do pay like it's a paid day off for Juneteenth, but other states do not have the paid day off for Juneteenth. It's just you work that day, you know.
I've heard that some private companies, what they do is to make sure that everybody has the days that they want off that are significant to them. They just give them a certain amount of holidays and then they let them assign it to whatever they want.
That's
Like,
not so bad.
yeah, I think
Okay.
that's what I would do if I was running a private business.
okay, so there are currently 5 states and at least 15
There are five
states.
states.
There are 5 states where it is illegal to teach about structural racism and the critical race theory.
What
So
what states are they?
the states are Idaho, Iowa, Oklahoma, Texas, and Tennessee. And there are
Oh,
no
okay.
Iowa.
I was expecting Arkansas.
I was
No,
expecting like Alabama, and I guess wait, you said Tennessee.
Tennessee. And
Yeah, Tennessee makes
there
sense.
there are at least 15 more states in which a similar ban is in legislation. So
I'm surprised about Texas though. I figure that Texas is at least some part like inclusive about that kind of thing because they're so, I guess, technologically advanced and they house like a lot of rich people and stuff. But I guess not.
Well,
Um,
wouldn't you think
I
it'd
mean,
be the opposite just because of that case?
you're right.
so it's crazy. It's like it's illegal. Education for certain things is illegal
Why do they
in the
make that
U.S.
illegal?
I don't
That
know.
is
It's
I mean,
insane.
right.
at least it
But like
isn't illegal to teach about evolution anymore.
Oh God,
anymore.
that'd be horrible. Or beat
Wait, is
kids.
that still illegal in? Please don't tell me that it is.
Oh, they have to teach that.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
have to. Yeah,
Okay, good.
that is part of the federal curriculum. They have to.
You know, that
But
was a huge issue before we were born.
it is illegal to also teach about Pride Month and other pride related
Pride Month is
holidays
relatively
That's
in
recent.
so
some states.
that's
It
so
shouldn't
crazy
be
to me.
illegal, but Pride Month is relatively recent, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. I'm pretty sure. Well, I'm sure they had like Pride Month wasn't recognized until gay marriage, like federally, until gay marriage was legalized in 2015. But before
Yeah.
that, I do know that they would hold like Pride events in different states and stuff. So let's move on. Kind of. Not. I say kind of because this next thing is related to Juneteenth, but it's not on the same vein. Okay, so an IKEA in Atlanta, Georgia, is facing backlash after they served a questionable menu on Pride Month. So, this let me get into the story. The
Was this
store's
a gay
management.
pride?
Well, okay, wait. The store's management sent out an email with a special menu for June 19th to honor and persevere Black Americans. That's what it said. In quotes, to honor and persevere Black Americans. Not it didn't say that in quotes, but that's me quoting it. Okay, but this menu, it featured mac and cheese, collard greens, watermelon, and fried chicken.
Oh no! Why would they
Yeah,
do that? Are they stupid? That's so dumb. Like that's so obvious. That's like the one thing you don't do.
right. Several employees were upset about this. Some quit, and it was said that the manager and whoever else worked on the menu, they did not get any feedback from Black employees. They just made it themselves.
It's so stupid. Oh my
Right? It's like you had like one job, not to be offensive, and like
It's not
like
even that hard. Like people think it's
watermelon
really
and
hard
fried
to like.
chicken.
Yeah, like come on. Like really?
Yeah, like how can you not see that as offensive?
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, they shouldn't have done it in the first place because I don't know what they could have done. You know,
Well, they could
anybody
have
would.
gotten like feedback about like from an African American employee, and they could have been like, "Hey, like, what do you eat?" Like a thing that's not stereotypical that you eat like as a usual cultural dish or something.
That's
No-
still bad though.
You're right. You're right. I do
That's
agree that I think that
generalizing a whole that's generalizing a whole group of people in general. So like I don't think that there's any like they should just not have done that in the first place because there was
I
literally
agree.
nothing that they could have done to make that better.
They should have recognized it. They should have been like, "Hey, today's Juneteenth and stuff. Let's honor, Black Americans." But they shouldn't have done that. That was really unnecessary. And like,
They
Yeah.
should like have like Juneteenth specials where they're like, oh, because it's Juneteenth, we're gonna um make our stuff like cheaper or something. I don't know, like nothing of relevance to the actual holiday, just to have it be something nice.
yeah, the manager did apologize, but I think it's too late, dude. Like,
And you said this was an IKEA.
yeah, an IKEA in Georgia, Atlanta,
Why?
Georgia.
That's the strangest combination ever.
I
IKEA.
I don't know, but yeah. So don't be like those people.
Dude,
Please
I've
be
never had
respectful.
food at IKEA before.
I
Don't be
hear that they have.
racist.
Don't be racist, IKEA. Hashtag IKEA is racist.
Or don't be like stereotypical racism.
Okay, let's get into our next story. This one's a doozy. So there was this couple on like TikTok, and they basically killed their dad. Let me talk about it. So Aaron Guerriero, I think that's how you say it, who is 18, and his girlfriend, 16-year-old Sierra Halseth, are accused of killing Sierra Halstead's father and then burning down the house. So a few days after they murdered him,
Did they brag about it?
yeah, they did. A few days after murdering him, they posted a video on YouTube. They introduced themselves and they're like, "Welcome back to our YouTube channel, day 3 after murdering somebody." And then I laughed about it.
Fucking
Oh.
idiots.
They murdered the father. They tried to dismember him, and then they burned down the house. And then they used his vehicle to flee.
They tried to dismember him.
They tried to, so they didn't
To
actually
be
do it.
fair, I would try to do the same thing, but I would not be able to get through it. That would disgust me.
Well, I don't want to be that guy, but like, it might have been less suspicious if they would have just like murdered him, right? And then not dismembered him and then burned down the house, because at least then the police would be able to like, is this like, did he just like get caught in an accident or did something happen,
Yeah.
But
What
like
they should have done is they should have
not bragged about it.
They should have
not bragged
poisoned
about,
him.
yeah, not posted on YouTube.
Yeah, that definitely. They should have poisoned him though if they're gonna do that. They gotta at least try to hide it. But like if they're literally gonna like post a vlog about killing somebody, then obviously I'm not gonna afford them. I'm not gonna afford the intelligence to think about hiding a body. So
It has like the royalty free ukulele music and it's like, "Hi, we just killed our father."
wait. So what did they think was
Tutorial.
gonna happen? How did they think they were gonna get away with that?
I don't know. Maybe they didn't expect to get away with it.
Well, I don't think they did, because the ladies, the 16-year-old girl and her grandmother texted because she wasn't hearing back from her son, the dad, and Sierra Halstead, the 16-year-old girl, she replied, "His phone has been acting up, but he's okay. It should be all fixed by tomorrow night. No worries." Smiley face. And obviously the grandma was worried, so she called the police, and that's when they discovered the smoldering house and his body. And this all happened because they were planning to run away together, and their parents said that they couldn't see each other. Probably because they were fucking crazy.
They should have just. I mean, if they're gonna do that, come on, just run away. That's all you need to do. Like, if you really are gonna do that, why do you need to kill your own parents? I never understood that. Like, I
Well,
would
only
never want to kill mine. Even if I had like the worst issues in the world with my
yeah,
I would never do that.
same. The mother and father are divorced, so they weren't together. But her mother, fun fact, this is related. I don't know. Her mother is the youngest person to be elected as a state senator in Nevada at the age of 27. So,
Cool.
I don't know what that has to do with anything. But the mother hasn't commented. Yeah, the mother hasn't commented on it yet. But the couple has been charged, and they both are being tried as adults. Even though the girl's 16, she's being tried as an adult, which is good.
Wait,
They're being charged with Nevada.
Is the death penalty legal in Nevada?
I read in the article and it said that I don't know about the guy, and I don't know if it's legal or not illegal, but it said that the girl couldn't get the death penalty, but she will be
16.
tried as an adult.
Yeah.
So they're not only getting what? Yeah, they'll probably get life, because not only did they.
Go ahead.
Okay, not only are they being charged for murder, they're also being charged for using his credit card, burning down the house, and stealing his vehicle.
Arson, grand theft auto, and
fraud.
Theft.
I don't know.
Do you think that because, I mean, obviously they're going to plead guilty because they literally, both of them admitted to it on video.
Admitted to it in video, yeah.
So I do think that that's going to lessen the penalty at all.
Maybe if they'll probably give them, they'll probably give them like a plea deal, they'll be like, hey, if you just plead guilty right now, well.
No, they won't do that because they already have admissible evidence. They have a video proof of them admitting it. So like, there's no incentive to like give them to give them any leeway.
Yes, you're right. I just want to say though that like, if you have a lover, then do not murder your family or their family, no matter what they say. You can run away together. Just don't harm anyone in that process.
But just don't kill anybody ever.
Yeah, just don't kill anybody.
That's just as simple as that. Is it really that goddamn hard to just not kill people? Only us humans, seriously, come on.
The crazy thing is though that they'll probably like not even be in love in like a month. Like after a month of that, they would have probably been like, "Oh, I'm tired of you. Let's break up." And
No,
then
they
she would have
wouldn't
gone home to
even.
her dead dad.
They wouldn't even. They won't even be able to be together because they'll be in separate prisons.
Yeah. But okay, so that's the thing. Like when you're young, do not murder somebody for love, please. That's a bad idea.
Just don't murder anybody regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if you're 90,
Well,
don't do it.
yeah. Well, I'm just trying to say, like, do not. Love is at a young age. Love is a very fragile thing, and like I'm
You don't
sure
understand
people are.
it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, people are willing to go through a lot, but do not go through a lot. Fuck them.
You know what though?
No,
Like,
don't do that. It's legal.
No.
you have to consent first.
You can if they're dead.
You know what though?
No.
That is still illegal. I think that like I don't know if they'll get life. I think it will depend because it would have to be it could be one of those cases where one of them gets a lesser sentence than the other because one of them could have persuaded the other or been manipulative in some sense. I've seen
I
that
think
in a
that's the
couple
goal in this
cases.
case.
What's up?
I think that's the goal in this case. Like, I think that the guy will probably take, like, he'll be the main perpetrator in this because she's a 16-year-old girl who's younger than him, so she's impressionable,
How old's
and
the guy?
the guy's 18 and the girl's 16.
Um,
Okay.
Yeah, because she doesn't have a fully developed brain. I mean, he doesn't either, but he's supposed to be more mature than she is. Do you think that
Supposed to.
they'll I'm sorry if I already asked this, but do you think they'll have the possibility for parole?
No.
Even if you get a life sentence, you still have the chance for parole. Life
Yeah.
sentence is 25 years or until death. If you get 25 years, you have a
I
chance
thought
for
life
parole.
sentence was 60 years.
Well, I know that there's
No, it's
some
60 years if you don't get parole.
but there are
Oh,
some
okay.
cases where people don't get the possibility for parole.
Yeah.
Well,
Um,
I'll update us on this case as they be put to trial and stuff.
Dude,
But it could be a while.
we should talk more about like these kind of cases because I love talking about this shit.
It is, yeah, especially dumb shit like this, because you're just like, oh, don't do that.
I mean,
But let's move on.
60 years in prison is probably going to kill you anyways.
Yeah,
60
that's
for-
why I thought it was called a life sentence, because it's 60 years.
Well, I mean, what if you're
I mean-
16? You'd be 60 or 76,
You'd be-
right?
Yeah, you would get out, but it would be.
Dude,
you'd be really old.
imagine like ruining your life over some fucking like teen relationship,
I know, right? It's scary.
dude. And I
Like-
thought people getting pregnant at like 18 was bad. This is just
A
stupid.
whole new level. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I have something cool I want to talk about with you guys. So, you remember Spider-Man 1, Green Goblin?
Yeah.
Yes.
Willem Dafoe.
Yes. Well, do you believe that Green Goblin could be real, like the technology and stuff?
Yeah, definitely.
Like the
The drone.
Yeah. Let me send you the video. Watch it.
I'm gonna build one of those board drone things.
Okay, well watch
That's
the video
loud.
with it.
Carter, if you become the Green Goblin in real life, I will support you all the way.
Okay, so I need to get fit, and I need to build one of those. I'm gonna build one of those regardless if I get fit or not, because that is awesome. Just like I'm gonna build a powerful one though.
Can I
Yes,
be
you can hold
like
my sidekick.
what is like a good name for like a Green Goblin sidekick? I don't know. I'll have to think of it.
I don't know. But
Well-
like I could be riding on the flying thing, and then like you just have like a harness strapped to the bottom of it, so you're just hanging underneath it.
Yeah. Well, okay, so earlier this week, New Yorkers saw a man flying around the city on a glider. People are referring to him as like Green Goblin, and it was posted on Twitter, and I sent you guys the video, so watch it.
I did. It's very loud.
Right, but isn't it cool?
It is really cool. I saw this like a month ago, like a
It's
different
legal?
one. It wasn't this one. Yeah, I mean, it's gray area. It's not technically a vehicle. Think of it as like a flying skateboard.
Well, it
but
doesn't look
it's
like
still
it's like
airspace, so
Guys,
we
not-
don't know.
no.
It's,
guys, hoverboard.
It's not like
Basically,
shooting
yeah.
out planes.
I was wondering when
anything.
that was going to be a thing.
It
Wait,
looks
Zach, you
more
said
just
what?
like a really big flat drone, you know?
Yeah, that's what I was
mean,
thinking.
it kind of is. It's kind of like an oblong drone that you stand on.
But this is
I'd
it.
be
This is
afraid
where
to
we
like.
get
What?
real life superheroes.
What?
We get real life superheroes, dude. This is how it's
Yeah,
gonna start.
or becoming Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
If
But it'd be like,
whoever, I mean, I'm good. I don't. I'm too much responsibility for me. But if you guys want to do that, go ahead. I support you 100%.
I'll be the lazy Batman with like the beer belly.
Just like throw stuff at people.
yeah.
Yeah, like I have batarangs, but they're like round and like not well made, and not really sharp either. Just like bang you on the head and maybe knock you out. It's like ow.
They'll just use
Throw,
like the beer bottles.
just harass
throw
people
beer-
with stink bombs. Just like
That'd be so funny.
people would honestly be afraid of you because you'd be wondering. I mean, technically it'd be harassment, but being a vigilante is illegal too. So if you're constantly on the run, if nobody knows who you are, everybody that's like doing bad shit would be afraid of you because they're like, oh my god, it's so hard to get this shit out of my clothes. I always have to buy new ones.
Like stink bombs and like smoke bombs and like just throwing trash at people.
Yeah, it'll just make life really inconvenient.
I'm the
for people.
trash man.
That's my superhero name. I am the trash man. I'm sorry, Dan DeVito. I'm first.
You're like the trash man, but you're like on a fucking glider, just flying around.
The trash man from wrestler to superhero.
And I would
Yeah.
like, I'd be like strapped to the bottom of it, and I'd be like dropping stink bombs below you as you're on the glider.
It's like a bomber plane, but you're just my bomb person just hanging down. It's like boo doo.
Anarchy.
Yeah,
That's. But
Where are
I'm
we gonna
excited for
throw?
the future because of that thing, dude. New York, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, New York's
All
where
of
all
New
the
York.
superheroes are. It's always fun to like fly around the buildings.
But wait, Carter,
Yes.
if you're throwing trash on the ground and shit, and we're in New York, then I could be the rat guy. I could like have an army of rats and shit, and every time you like throw trash down, it'll like increase my rat power, so I can
And,
control
like-
more rats.
You guys have synergy.
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
Wait.
Dude, okay, now that
you need to be your own superhero. You can't just be my sidekick anymore.
yeah, now that Zach's being a superhero, now I want to be like equally disgusting though.
Yes. We got trash. We got rats. And what are you? Sewage.
I'll be like
Yeah.
I'll be like the roach, the
roach.
the roach, yeah, the roach.
What's your powers? What do you do?
That's not fair because Zach's already like a gross animal theme, so I gotta be something. I think I don't know. What's like I guess like diseases, right? No, like rats carry diseases too.
Well,
What's an issue? I'll be like, oh no. You know what else is an issue? Crime, right? So like
I was
Oh, yeah,
gonna
but
say
that's just-
homeless people.
homeless. I'll just be the what would
You
I
could
call
throw
myself?
homeless people. Yeah.
I'll be like that guy from John Wick who's like the king of the homeless people.
Well, no, dude. Wait, I have an idea. You could like duplicate, but you'll duplicate yourself into homeless people, and you'll just like look like you're just a homeless person on the street. But then whenever you see crime, you just like you bombard the bad guy with a bunch of homeless people because you are that homeless person.
No. Like it would be like I mean, if there is duplication technology at one point, I will use that. But then I'll just pretend that I have it, and I'll just get a bunch of followers to dress up exactly like me, and then I'll throw smoke bombs down whenever I want them to come out. They'll like run out of alleyways, and then when the smoke bomb
You could
clears, like
also-
15 of me.
You just recruit
could
the
also, like-
entire homeless population. And so at
Yeah.
any point, you need people to fight for you. Just boom, always there.
Yeah,
And
I
then
have
you're,
a
like,
giant
can of
staff
change.
made out of like I have like a giant staff made out of like rusty fucking pipes and gross shit. And then whenever I
Yeah.
like, land on the ground 2 times, like a bunch of homeless people gather around me. I
Your
can like
vehicle
also-
is a shopping cart.
and I
Yeah.
can like stack them in weird ways to like I can make like a mech out of homeless people around myself.
Or shopping.
Is that what
carts.
you're saying?
Well, I was gonna say like in the can where he has like change, you could like throw that, and it's like a fucking like a bomb or something. You know, like a bunch of tiny bombs.
Like,
And then for a
thing,
like
uh,
coin is a shrapnel.
Yeah, no, it's like that thing in Left 4 Dead where you throw that like what is it called, like the acid bomb or whatever that makes zombies like attracted to that area. I do that like with
The
chain.
bile?
but with
Yeah.
but with homeless people.
Oh god, that'd be really cool. Well, now we have if we start making like graphic novels or comic books, then I know what we need to do.
Dude,
What-
dude.
this is our alliance. What's our team name?
Hey, oh man, it should be like maybe there's three of us, but it should be equivalent to like the gruesome twosome.
The
So it needs to be
the
like
The trashy three.
trashy triad.
the trashy
I like
triad.
that.
Yeah. Okay, cool. We started a superhero organization during our podcast. Okay, let's move
It's a
on.
good episode. I like
We're recruiting new members daily. It's gonna be like the Justice League, but of disgusting.
But then it wouldn't be the
superheroes.
trashy triad, right?
Well, it will be the main three, but like then we'll have like people under us too, and then they'll be like their own teams under us, kind of like how the Teen Titans are technically part of the Justice League.
Yeah. First step though, move to New York because we're kind of far away from there.
It's too expensive though.
Well, I mean, I'm a
Well,
homeless
we'll be
guy.
homeless
so-
people. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
No, dude, you'll be like living on like a subway bench, but like rent will still be like 10K a month for that.
Ugh. Wait. But like, hold on. Wait. Okay. So, but how am I gonna do that though? If I'm gonna be like essentially like the Green Goblin or like Batman, I need a lot of technology. How am I gonna store that?
Do like a GoFundMe.
Okay.
Well, you could have like a house in the sky that's made out of trash that's just flying around the sky.
Nice.
Yes. Now let's move on. Let's move on to technology. So, do you guys know what Peloton is? The exercise company, Peloton. Have you seen those
Yeah.
ads or anything?
Mhm.
Okay, well, Peloton is an exercise equipment company that combines exercise equipment and technology. They offer different equipment, and they also offer different subscriptions for exercise classes and stuff. Besides their equipment is really expensive, and you probably may have heard of them because last month a child died from one of their treadmills. I guess it like flung that child. Yeah, a child got onto one of the Peloton treadmills, and I guess it activated and like flung that child and killed him.
So hard that it died.
Yeah, so they offered a massive recall or a free inspection and repair, and that's what happened last month. But this month they sent out recently they sent out an email saying that they do not offer their Just Run plan anymore. Meaning that if you want to be able to run on the treadmill that you paid $3,000 plus dollars for, you will also have to pay a $39.99 monthly subscription to run on your own treadmill that you paid plus $3,000 for.
How the fuck are they gonna like? How are they gonna like lock up your treadmill remotely?
Because it's like all technology and shit, and I guess they control it, you know? Like, even though you're paying this much money for it, you do not legally own it, which is kind of stupid.
Like,
It's like a computer in a treadmill.
wouldn't that happen with like literally any treadmill?
Yeah.
So like,
Well-
what the fuck is the difference? I mean, it's not. I mean, it sucks that a kid died because of that, but that's. I mean, I hate to say it because it's an asshole thing to say, but it's up to the parent to make sure that that kid's not around dangerous equipment.
Well, I'm assuming that they just want to avoid a lawsuit and stuff. But the reasoning that the free subscription is ending is because it does not include treadlock, which prevents anyone unauthorized from using the treadmill like the kid did. So basically, you have to pay for the expensive subscription to have treadlock. But so that means that the free subscription doesn't include it, so that way you can't use the fucking treadmill and stuff.
So then, like, what's the point of even buying the treadmill? Why don't they just rent them out then if they're that worried?
I don't know. Well, okay,
You have
so
to pay in order to disable your treadmill.
yeah, in order to stop it.
It's like
It's
the
just
equivalent of like paying to turn on your TV.
Yeah, or
It's
turning
paying-
off your
it's-
TV.
Yeah, it's paying somebody to remove the channels off your TV.
It did get a lot of backlash though, and actually today they responded saying that they're working on a fix to make sure Treadlock and the Just Run subscription that's for free. They're gonna try and make it for free, which is good because the Treadlocks thing should have already been for free because I don't see why an essential function of a treadmill is like
How do
a
you
pay subscription thing.
how do you try to make something free? You don't try, you just do it.
What the hell's
Alright.
happening in the chat?
I didn't mean to do that.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't even.
Okay.
My fingers weren't even pressing 3. They were nowhere near it, and I did not press
I
enter.
I was scared because I thought you were like guys were counting down to something, and I was like, oh god, what's
3,
happening?
2, 1.
Noob.
Next story.
Yep.
Okay, now let's talk about Windows 11.
Is it out yet?
So, well, actually, there have been leaks about it. So Microsoft is holding an event on June 24th where people expect him to reveal Windows 11. This comes after a lot of teasers about it that Microsoft had posted themselves, and there was an actual leaked version of Windows 11 that came out that people are able to use. It isn't
Oh.
official or anything, but it leaked. So it's mostly usable, but the leaked version isn't indicative of the final product, so the final product could be different. And I'm sure we'll see more on this 24th event in 2 days. So the main
Did you
focus
see
seems
what
to
it
be
looks like?
yeah, well, we could already mainly see what it looks like. So it's mainly a big visual overhaul that takes its design from Windows 10X. And if you guys don't know, Windows 10X is Windows or Microsoft scrapped operating system for phones and stuff that was made for phones. But basically, they repurposed that operating system and turned it into Windows 11.
Is that the squares everywhere?
Yeah. So well,
That's actually the one I wanted. So yay.
oh wait, not Windows 8. It's I want to show you a picture of it, but I don't know if I can. But there are I don't know if I can find one that's good enough for it. There are new icons for all the applications. There are rounded edges, woo, right? The future. There's a redesigned taskbar that's in the middle. Like it's in the middle of the task, like the start menu is in the middle of the taskbar, you know, instead of being on the left hand side.
What?
And
Ew,
there are
gross.
widgets.
How does
Widgets,
that
cool.
work?
What do you mean? The taskbar?
Like, did you just press the start button and then a fucking rectangle pops up in the middle of the screen?
Yeah.
That's stupid.
It's like Chrome OS. They want to make it more, I guess, modern and, you know, like it seems because Windows 10 isn't the prettiest thing. I have seen
No, I've
And
had
it's
a
really
Chromebook.
complex.
The Chrome fucking thing isn't any better.
Chrome is ugly, but it's for more like it feels more sleek and fresh and and
Okay.
what's up?
Okay, so are they completely abandoning the pre-existing like foundation they've built? Because you can still access the DOS version of Windows from Windows 10 because they're all built on top of each other. But
Really?
I do.
What?
I think that they're just building on top of it.
Don't do that. Okay, because there's a lot of issues with this. Like literally, you know the tips and tricks feature they have sometimes that's almost always enabled by default.
Yeah,
Like you said, you like notification stuff that causes memory leaks.
it does.
Yeah, it does.
No one
I-
even
I-
uses that, dude. Unless
Oh.
you're like a 90-year-old woman.
No, they're on automatically. I had to go to my dad's computer and disable them, like because like his
Still
his
on.
computer was at 90% RAM usage just by turning on because of the memory leak.
Oh wow.
Wait,
Well,
how do you
okay.
turn it on?
Okay, I mean, go to your search bar, type in tips.
Okay,
bring it
well,
settings, and then you turn it off, and so on. Yeah, I'll show you later.
okay, yeah. So there have been performance increases from Windows 11, which is good. And to answer your one thing again about it being built on top of everything else, I'm pretty sure it is because there is the 32x version of Windows 11. Which, I mean, why is that even necessary? You know, because it's like nothing is on 32x anymore unless it has less than 4 gigabytes of RAM and
Wait,
stuff.
can you update, like, so say you have like a laptop from like 2005 that is like Windows 7, right? Will that
Yeah.
always stay updated to the current, like, what is it called? OS? Is that what it's called?
I mean,
Sorry?
I think it's if it's powerful enough to handle it, then I think so, right?
Okay, so like, so then would it be able to handle like Windows 11?
I think so, yeah. I mean,
So then maybe it's for those people?
well, it is supposed to be like a lighter. I think it is supposed to be better for like weaker computers and stuff because the performance on it is better than Windows 10.
Okay, but
Um,
how is that possible? Because the performance goes down with every generation because of how much they build on top of each other.
well,
Unless you're
maybe
removing a lot of stuff.
yeah, they could be doing that, because like you said, it is built on top of each other, so there is probably a lot of like unnecessary things that they are taking out. So
Yeah.
honestly, besides like the big overhaul, there might be a lot of performance things, but as far as I've seen, people are saying it's underwhelming because there's no like cool new feature. There's nothing really
I
interesting
don't
about
think
it.
they're expecting. There's like I wasn't. I mean, I'm a little excited because of what it'll look like, but I don't think the point is to have a new feature. I think it's just supposed to be an update.
You're right. Well, the thing is though, like Windows in 2015, after they released Windows 10, said that, or Microsoft said that Windows 10 is going to be the last version, which isn't true because they're releasing Windows
Uh-huh.
11. So you figured that Windows 11 would have to be important enough to, be released.
Why did they? So why they change their mind?
I don't know actually. Probably maybe so they could sell more versions.
Okay, I
Sell?
don't think I don't think so. I
I
just
thought
think
it's a
that
free
Windows
update.
10 wasn't as good as they wanted it to be.
It'll probably be free. Yeah, yeah. You're right. Maybe this is their opportunity to change a lot of things that Windows 10 was built on. But now that they have this, since it's a new OS, they have the ability to change a lot of things. So maybe they're doing it for that
You're
reason.
saying you're saying people are saying that this leaked version is underwhelming, but you've also said that it's not
It's
representative
not
of the
indicative of
final
the final.
product.
Yeah, you're
So
right.
like,
So who knows what the Well, okay, I'll update us whenever the event happens. I'll watch it. It's in 2 days, so we'll know then what they're going to introduce. And I mean, like regardless, it is interesting and it is pretty exciting because it's been like how many years since we had a new 6 years
yeah, 6 years.
since we had a
Jesus.
wow, only 6 years. That's kind of surprising, honestly. I figured it'd be longer.
Yeah,
When
what was the wait between 7 and 8? Like
Seven,
10?
seven, seven was 2007, right? And then 8 was 2013. So I guess like another 6 years.
Wait, I know 7 came out in 2007.
I'm pretty
I guess that
sure.
would make sense.
Vista
oh,
came
so it
out
would
in
have
like
been Vista
2004.
then.
Vista
I'm looking
sucks.
up Windows 7.
Okay, yeah. But that's that. I'm excited to see it. I honestly like anything's better than Windows 10. I'm not saying Windows 10 is bad, but I'm just ready for a new change because I am tired of looking at the same things.
Windows 7 came out 2009. 9.
2009? Wow.
2009.
Huh.
I don't. I guess I
Windows
thought
8 came out.
7 because 2000. Yeah.
I feel like
Windows 8 came out in
2013.
2012. It's only 3 years between 7 and 8.
Yeah. Wait. Well,
really,
that's crazy because Windows 7 was so popular.
yeah. What
Yeah.
the hell?
No, but
Oh.
the more bizarre thing is that Windows 10 came out in 2015, so there was still another 3 year gap between Windows 8 and 10 because 8 was really bad.
Yeah.
For some reason,
I'm it was so bad, but it took them just as long to get to 8 to 10 from 7 to 8.
That's crazy though because like they should have kept 7 for longer because it was like their most popular operating system. They should have just
Yeah.
like rode off the
Yeah, they,
coattails of that for a while.
I mean, they discontinued it in 2014. That's the end of service.
So, I mean, that's just wild to me because I felt like Windows 7 was like a whole part of my early life, and it technically still is, but seems like it's been around for it felt like it was older than it actually was.
Right? Yeah. That's the thing
Okay,
though. It's like um. So
Vista
the
came out 2007.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah,
Well, okay,
it
it was
was
bad, so it makes sense that
yeah,
there was only a 2 year gap.
it was
What
2000.
about
Okay,
XP?
okay, it was 95 in 95, 98 in 98, 2000 and 2000. XP came out in 2002 or 2001, like right before 2002. Vista came out in 2000, or I can't tell if that's like very end 2006 or like the very beginning 2007. I can't tell. 7 came out in 2009, 8 came out in 2012, and 10 came out in 2015.
So it was normal for them to have a pretty short gap of time in between operating systems. I don't know why. I
Yeah.
just thought it was. I thought they had a longer gap of time. So Windows 10 has been around for the longest, but it's also kind of scary because ever since Windows what XP. Every other operating system has been really bad. You know, like XP was good, Vista was bad, 7 was good, 8 was bad, 10 was good. Is 11
Oh
going to be
yeah.
bad?
Who knows?
I
Was
guess we'll find out.
I don't know, because I would say is it a like a objective opinion of it being bad? Like what
Well,
made
Windows
8
8
so
was
bad?
just bad because it was like it wasn't good for it wasn't useful. It wasn't like for people in productivity and stuff. It wasn't that good. Like it couldn't do what people needed it to do. It wasn't just like a look thing because
No,
people
it,
actually
it
liked the look
could.
of
It was
8.
just a lot harder to.
Yeah, it wasn't intuitive. Something intuitive is something that people could figure out without really needing much information about it. Windows 8
That
was
would help.
confusing. Yeah,
Windows 8
Windows 8
had
was.
2 home screens.
It did, right? So, I mean, I get what they were trying to do because they were trying to also adopt it to tablet and phones and stuff, but it just made it more complicated.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's talk about the iPhone 13. So, we're getting into rumors of the new upcoming iPhone in the fall. This is usually the time where it happens. So, I am pretty sure that we will get 120 hertz displays finally, better battery life, a big upgrade on cameras, and a smaller notch. Thank God. There will be no price change from their previous year, which isn't too bad because the price. I know it's outrageous, but it's not that bad. There's no 1 terabyte option for storage, which I don't think that's really necessary anyway because I feel like maybe for the iPad that'd be necessary, but not for an iPhone. It will run on that A15 Bionic chip. And what's most interesting though about this new iPhone is that like what's the name gonna be? Because it's gonna be the iPhone 13, and if you're superstitious, then 13's an unlucky number.
Bad number.
Yeah.
Bad.
So according
They
to a
should just
survey
call it
by
the iPhone X3.
X3, what the fuck? That makes no sense.
When does it ever make sense what they name it, okay? It's better than
No,
13. Because
X
X
was,
and then 3, because X is like
I,
10 and 3, so it's
but
like 13, but it sounds cool.
that would entirely like mess things up though because their naming scheme's typically been like straightforward, besides the X and XR.
Well,
So
I mean, it can't be 13, right? So
well, okay. So according to a survey by Cell, that's the name of the place that did the survey. 18% of people who were surveyed said that they wouldn't like the name iPhone 13 because 13 is an unlucky number. But the other 80% were fine with it. But there are some alternatives. There could be the iPhone 12s or iPhone 2021. That's just what they call it.
that's stupider. Because what if they can come out with another iPhone in the same year?
Well, okay. So I think that they should stick to
So
iPhone
stupider
13.
is not a word.
It is a word, isn't it?
No, you say more stupid.
No, I swear I saw something about that, and it's like, it was a. Okay, wait. Let me just. Is stupider word?
I mean,
Stupider.
language changes all the time, so
Am
stupider could
I gonna be
become a
like
word if it's
double
not right.
stupid because I corrected myself, but actually like embarrassed myself because I corrected myself incorrectly?
Well, sorry, Kate, but I hate to say. Here's what it says: the form of an adjective determines how you form the comparative. But the major dictionaries would disagree. Stupider is commonly cited as the correct comparative form of the adjective stupid.
Who says
Stupider is grammatic.
stupider?
All the cool people.
I've never
Stupider is
heard somebody
grammatically
say that.
correct. It is a real
Okay,
word, and
so
it's been in use for at least 200 years.
You could
Stupider
say
has.
dumber.
good.
I thought dumber wasn't a word.
Dumber is a word.
Okay, this
Dumb
is
What
and
about
dumber.
dumb and dumber?
Exactly.
well. That's just the name of a title, though. Titles are always right because they're titles.
She is dumber than you.
Like the second Dumber and Dumber movie was called Dumb and Dumber, like an extra er at the end.
Yeah. Man, now we're just getting into like linguistics.
Fucking is this how boring our show is that we just like the imperative to the adjective is
I think it
I
makes
don't
it funnier because
Okay,
we're talking
so-
about how stupid I am.
No. Okay, so but that does make sense though. If dumb is an adjective, I mean, so is white. And when you're comparing things, like this is whiter than this, so it would make sense. Like this is dumber than that.
Yeah,
why
but like
why is your first instinct to talk about white, Carter, huh? Yeah, something you
Yeah,
need to tell us?
Carter. Why
Because
not
I just-
brown?
Because I just watched a video over how white and like camera settings and like natural lighting affects how we view colors. It's weird.
Oh, okay. That's valid, I guess.
Yeah.
But let's move on. So remember how I talked about the the Tesla Model S Plaid last week?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I didn't mention a few things about it, which I want to have a discussion with you guys about. So I talked about all the cool things that was happening. You know, we saw a lot of improvements in it, but also there were some kind of weird things. So, just to preface, you should know that Tesla is a company that they always want to go against the grain, so they always want to do stuff that's like not like it's not the norm, you know. And we're not seeing that
Polygon truck.
yeah. Well, here's the thing. So they announced that in their Tesla Model S Plaid, they're having a yoke steering wheel, which is. Do you guys know what a yoke steering wheel is? I'll send you a
I
picture.
know
of
what
it.
a butterfly steering wheel is. I don't know what a yoke steering wheel is.
Okay, well, I'll send you a picture of it. And also,
Mhm.
I'm going to mention that there are no longer going to be any stocks, and stocks are like your turn signal, right? The thing that you hit for your turn signal, or your windshield wipers.
No more over ears on your steering wheel.
Yeah. Oh,
Is
not
it
e- they're
over
not.
ears?
Yeah, that's what
That's
they
what.
look like though. If you look at your steering wheel, it looks like a Shrek without ogre
They
ears.
do look like ogre ears. I never thought about that.
No, okay, yeah, but so you're no longer gonna have a thing for your turn signal. You're no longer
No,
gonna have a thing
that
for
looks
your lights.
cool.
Wait.
I don't like it though
Is
because
that
the feel of a
joysticks? No, it's not.
no, it's
joysticks.
not. The
Joystick.
feel of a round steering wheel, like okay, so whenever you're driving, right, and you know, like whenever you're going, you just turned and you need to go straight, so you just let the steering wheel go through your hands and stuff, and it's like
Mhm.
kind of satisfying. You can't feel that anymore with this, and also it's like really difficult to do it's basically impossible to do U-turns in this like with one single motion, right?
I mean,
Um,
it's not that impossible. You just have to be like really fast in order to catch it before you start turning back the other way.
yeah, okay,
Cool and different. So that's what they're going for, right? So I
yeah,
mean, and the people that are rich enough to get this probably are not going to drive it themselves, anyways.
that's cool. Yeah, but like I said, there's no turn signal
I see.
stocks. There's no yeah, windshield wiper stocks, and there's no longer a you know the what's it called, the gear shift knob. There's no longer that. So basically, if you want to change gears on the Tesla, you're gonna have to do it through the touchscreen. So if you want to go, you know, like if you
Isn't
want to
that
go in a
dangerous?
drive. No, well,
Huh?
okay. So if you want to go into drive, you're gonna have to flick up on the touchscreen it's like a joystick. If you want to go
Right,
back, you're
but
gonna
if
have to
you're
flick
making like a
backwards.
split-second decision, like
Right,
it's
I know.
harder to do stuff on a touch. What if your hands are sweaty or stuff something's on the screen or whatever? I feel like
And also, like
having
a touchscreen isn't
something
always like what if the touchscreen messes up and you really need to like go forward and you're parked and you'll get hit, right? Like imagine you're on train tracks and you need to go forward, but your touchscreen isn't working, so you're like, oh god, no, I'm gonna die. um. Okay, well here's the thing though. So
Let me just
before
go
you
in a
even
park on a train track.
So before you even access the gear shift, right? The Tesla, Elon Musk mentioned this. The Tesla will, like, let's say you're parked in front of something, like there's a building in front of you because you parked in front of it, but behind you's clear. The Tesla will know as soon as you start the car that there's something in front of you but nothing behind you, so it will automatically go reverse, which is cool.
Okay.
But I also wouldn't trust it because imagine you're doing like a parallel park. It won't know if like your front and your back is open, then it wouldn't really know which direction to go in, right?
Would it be able
So
to tell if something's on the side of you?
it would be able to tell if
Yeah.
something's on the side of you, but for certain things, it isn't really like even in the event himself, Elon Musk was like, "Yeah, this will probably know where you need to go," but not like, "Oh yeah, it'll know where you need to go." It'll probably know where you need to go.
Probably.
Double
They
check,
Probably.
just in case.
And probably isn't something that I would trust for a vehicle, you know?
yeah.
Like I'm fine for moving towards this like modern intuitive future, but some of like I don't want to sound like a boomer or anything, I swear. But I just don't like the gear shift thing changing. I feel like a normal gear shift in the middle would be fine. But that's just my opinion.
Or
Who knows?
or just something else physical.
Yeah,
don't like it being
physical always triumphs digital in some areas, you know?
Okay,
Like,
okay, so if they didn't want the stick to be there, what they could have done is had a small slider, a physical switch slider on the driver's side of that middle island there, so that way no one else can see it. The driver can just put their hand down like they would to grab the stick, but just like
yeah.
put their hand on top and just slide with their thumb, like between the like park neutral and so on. That would make so much
That
more
would be
sense.
more, yeah, that would make a lot more sense. And so you see like two buttons on the steering wheel, by the way, on the picture I sent you. And those buttons are basically for if you want to do turn signals on the left, or yeah, if you want to do turn signals on the left part of the steering wheel with the buttons up, I guess you slide up and it'll do the left steering wheel. And then on the right, you know, it's basically how you do the stock, but you just slide up on the button thing on your finger. So I guess it
Okay.
is kind of better in a way just because you have to make less of a reach, you know, to actually move it because it's right there on the steering wheel. And for your lights on the right side, all you have to do is slide as well. So I'm not too
Whoa,
iffy about that part.
Carter,
But
you're
Hmm.
right. That is crazy.
Yeah.
wow, Carter, am I? Yeah, okay. Let's move on. Sorry, I
Wow,
didn't mean to be
that's
boring.
crazy.
There we go.
And also, Jeff Bezos is going into space, and there is a petition for him to remain in space.
I need
So
to
the
sign that.
petition, I did sign it. It's cool. I can send you guys the link. So
Yeah,
the
send it,
petition is called. Okay, so the
I don't
petition
think
is
that's
called.
legal, but it's funny.
The petition is called "Do Not Let Jeff Bezos into Space." It has 90,000
Wait, do not
signatures
let
last time I
him?
checked. Do not let him, or do not let him go back to Earth. That's what I meant. It has 90,000 signatures, right?
Oh, God.
90,000.
90,000. And well, yesterday when I checked, it had like 60,000. And the description for it says, billionaires should not exist on Earth or in space, but they should decide. They should decide to stay in space or something like that.
What
Here-
is
here's
the
a link.
argument for a billionaire not existing?
They don't need they don't need that much money, you know.
Yeah, that is true.
Okay, but here's the thing: Jeff Bezos
I mean,
has
we
a
don't know.
net
We're
worth
not
of-
billionaires. Maybe there is something secret that they need.
Maybe
that
their
we
life is
don't
so
know.
hard, dude. They get taxed like 0.9%, and that's so difficult for them because they can't
Dude,
pay that.
who
'Cause there's no
else is
floor.
gonna donate to charity so that they don't have to pay as much taxes?
They literally like donate like the bare minimum. Some of them do. Um, yeah. Okay. So he has a net worth of 186 billion, and he announced that his flight, his space company would do their first manned flight into space.
Is that Jeff
Sta-
Bezos? I've never seen what he
Yeah,
looks like. He looks like
he
Lex
looks like
Luthor.
Lex Luthor. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Also look at his spaceship. It looks like a penis. This is the spaceship he's going in.
It's stupid.
So him and
What's
his
it called?
brother,
The blue what?
the blue is well the company is called Blue Origin, but the spaceship itself is called like shit, I don't know the name for it.
The shaft.
The New Shepard.
No.
Yeah, so him, his brother, and four other people are going to be in space for 11 minutes and be 62 miles above Earth. But you know what? If you
Have we
sign,
found out who else is going with him?
there,
brother.
I think through his brother and then somebody he had a donation thing where you know like whoever paid the most could go with them. That person paid $20 million. I don't know who it is. And then I'm assuming the other three people are astronauts and stuff. You know who could actually manage this
President
flight.
astronauts.
Yeah.
Just send them. Just send those three up there. Try to have them figure it out on their own.
Yeah, that'd be funny. You just see like a skeleton, like a few years from now, we just see a skeleton in there where Jeff Bezos was. Also, like whenever I'm not saying we should, but whenever the spaceship is going into flight, somebody could get a rocket launcher, right, and just like shoot it, like target it, and then shoot it, and
No,
then it blow
just,
up.
you don't even need that. Just take one gun, preferably a long range rifle with a long scope, and just shoot one of the thrusters. So that way it does a U-turn and goes right back the other way.
We're gonna
But-
get investigated by the
No, hey,
FBI.
this is all This is all speculative. We don't mean it.
This is my fault
It's
too.
just a
I'm the
prank,
one that
bro.
started this. Like, what do we?
Yeah, you're the one who started this a few weeks ago. You told us it'd be the perfect opportunity.
Every
to kill him.
podcast, without fail, we talk about assassinating
That's
billionaires.
a- That's pretty exciting though, because in our upcoming episode about Bo Burnham's Inside, we're going to be talking about the songs, and two of the songs are Jeffrey Bezos.
Jeff
Yeah.
Bezos 1 and Jeff Bezos 2.
Yeah. Okay, and also if you want to indulge our tech overlord, Prime Day is happening right now. Yesterday and today. As of the time you'll be listening to this, when it comes out, it will be yesterday.
There is nothing that you like. There is nothing cool.
I looked through it, right, and there is nothing cool. Like, I did get a few things. I didn't get them yet. They're in my cart. But I couldn't really see anything that interested me for Prime Day. So
Yeah,
I don't
it's
think I'll
all
do
like
anything.
even the technology is not even that cool. Like if they had like Switch games that were like 25% off or whatever, I'd be like, ooh,
No,
but
they
don't
do.
have any.
Yeah, so Odyssey's like $40, I think, right?
Well, what games do they? Wait, I wasn't able to actually see that. I need to figure that out because I can't
There
find
are
all the
some Switch games on sale, like $60 ones that are now $40.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move on to movies and stuff. I guess this first thing isn't a movie, but I just wanted to point it out. So, my favorite artist, Tyler the Creator, he's releasing a new album that comes out June 25th. He is the California 30-year-old rapper, musician, songwriter, producer, actor, director, artist, clothing designer, comedian, and the creator of Odd Future. So he's pretty talented, as you can tell. And he's releasing a new album called Call Me If You Get Lost on June 25th. He has a schedule where he releases an album every 2 years, basically. But it's kind of funny because a group of people discovered that Tyler, ever since he started releasing music in 2009, every 2 years he releases an album, and they discovered that he always releases his album 100 days within a new Fast and Furious movie.
Wait,
So,
what?
yeah, so like
No.
so like 100 days within every or 100 days within a Fast and Furious movie, he releases an album. And I don't think I think it's
So
a
a Fast and
coincidence.
Furious movie is being released every 2 years.
Well, I'm sure there's one released every like you know it. I just like okay. So for his past 6 albums, he has released with them within 100 days of a Fast and Furious movie, and his upcoming album will release on the same day as the new Fast and Furious movie, Fast 9. That's what it's called. So I think that's pretty interesting. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. I think it is a coincidence though because Fast 9 was originally supposed to premiere like a year ago, but it got postponed because of the pandemic. So
Is
if
that
it
the
had
one with
been,
John Cena?
yeah, John Cena plays Vin Diesel's brother, even though they don't look the same at all.
Yeah, but they're both cool, and that's what counts.
Okay, also let's get
They're both
into the
people.
movies. So
They
yeah,
are-
they
they
are
are.
both people, both strong people. So imagine John
Strong,
Wick,
cool
but
people.
imagine John Wick, but with Nick Cage and a pig, and that's this movie's called Pig, and I don't know if it's an action movie, but it looks pretty dramatic. So Nicolas
Wait,
Cage is a
you don't know
retired
if that's an
chef.
action movie?
No, because in the trailer it showed no action. Okay, so Nick Cage is a retired chef, and he lives like it looks like he lives in the wilderness, living day to day and stuff, like just having a cool life. And he has this truffle pig, but then it gets stolen, so he has to go back into society and find who took it.
Okay, I'll watch that.
Pig is sus.
Sus.
Well, yeah, it's literally like John Wick except it's Nick Cage and a pig. And it's scheduled to release.
About, and I saw that on Google.
Yeah, it's scheduled to release July 16th, 2021, which isn't too far. It's like less than a month, so that's pretty exciting.
Hey, does he talk at all in this one?
He does talk.
Damn.
His name is Rob.
I want another movie.
No, he's a
where
chef.
Nick Cage.
He's a chef in this movie. He's not like a hitman or anything. Loki has come out, and it is on its second episode. Third episode tomorrow. And Carter, you said you've seen the first episode, and you haven't seen it at all, Kate?
No, I haven't. I should,
Okay.
but I haven't.
Do you want us to describe the premise for you? We're not going to spoil anything, but
Sure, why not?
okay. So basically, as you know, Loki died, and they said he wasn't coming back, but that was the in-game Loki, right?
Yeah, this is like a different universe.
Yeah,
right?
this is whenever
back in time.
Yeah, in Endgame, whenever the Avengers went back to the first Avengers, whenever that took place, Loki, he got the Cosmic Cube, which he wasn't supposed to do, and so it's basically a rogue Loki, and it reveals that there's this organization made by like one of the most powerful beings in the Marvel universe, the Timekeepers, and they have this organization called the TVA. I think it's like Time something Association. Um, and basically they're like this like super powerful organization of, I don't know if it's humans or something, but they basically protect the timeline. So they don't interfere with anything else besides timelines. But so that's why we don't see them in the Marvel universe. And you may think, oh, what about like Loki? Sure, Loki time traveled when he wasn't supposed to with the cosmic cube, but what about the Avengers? They like literally like went back in time several times in in game to save the universe. Well,
Cheated
apparently,
anyways.
they were allowed to. They were, it was meant for them to do that like in time. But this Loki, he was not supposed to travel in time. It was like illegal for him to. So basically, he helps these.
That's
He has to.
bullshit. Though what? Yeah, because they're supposed to. Fuck off.
Well, the timekeepers, the guys who made this organization, we don't see them, but we hear about them. They basically like they keep track of everything that has happened in time, every universe, every timeline, and in the future. So according to them, that was supposed to happen because it was supposed to like fix the universe, or something. I don't know. So basically, this
Oh,
this
so it's
Loki,
like an equilibrium type of issue, or
yeah,
okay,
it's
I can
yeah.
see
So
that. Fine, whatever. That's better than nothing. I mean, I'm still kind of pissed that it's just like, oh, is it supposed to happen? It's just because of fate, like, oh, fuck
it is
off.
kind of crappy because like that Loki, he wasn't supposed to. He was supposed to have the regular events of the Avengers happen to him, and then until he dies and stuff like in game. But he got the cosmic cube and he escaped. Um, so basically, he's like, oh yeah, sure, we
Already
won't.
get the cosmic cube?
Well, no, but this is like it's different than what was supposed to happen. Like him getting the cosmic cube in that way, and then time traveling was not supposed to happen. He time traveled by accident, I think,
Where did
but
he time travel to?
he time traveled to like a Neanderthal time or something. I don't know. And then, do you guys know who Agent Mobius is in the comics?
No, but that sounds cool.
I've heard of him, but I don't remember who he is.
I don't know who he is either, but he's in the show, and he's like the main character besides Loki, and he's played by Owen Wilson, and they actually have a really good like chemistry.
Wow.
Wow. Um, so basically, it's Loki being like a time cop
I
saving
swear to
humanity.
God, if they
It's,
don't, if they don't say "wow" once, like if Owen doesn't say that once, I'm gonna petition the show never exists.
what's crazy? I've never seen anyone named Owen except Owen Wilson.
You've never, like,
Heard of
it's a
any?
pretty common name.
Owen from Total Drama Island.
I never watched that. I know about it, but I haven't watched it.
Watch it on Netflix. Like
That
after we
show
stop.
grosses me out
Why?
because like
Yeah,
a bunch
it
of
is
gross
gross.
stuff happens on it.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
I
Yeah.
I never really liked that. I know a lot of kids loved that aspect of like, ooh, gross cartoons. I know that was like a huge that was like a huge like movement or whatever the fuck you'd call it for cartoons at one point. Because I know like Ren and Stimpy did that, and so did Billy and Mandy and a couple
Ren and
other shows. I know
Stimpy was like,
SpongeBob fucking bathed itself in that gross stuff, but
I think Ren
I've
and
always
Stimpy was
hated
just
that.
mainly shock humor, though.
Yeah, I never liked that though. I always thought that was disgusting. I hate that shit.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on. So there's a new Suicide Squad trailer. Watch it if you haven't. There's
I haven't.
a Rick and Morty season 5 premiered. I have not seen that.
I watched that episode. It is so good. It is honestly,
Is it really good?
it's. I think you should watch it. Like I know I've been disappointed kind of by season 3 and 4, but I think season 5 could be like I know it's a matter of opinion. It's fine if other people like those seasons, but I didn't like them because I felt like the show was declining, like the characters were becoming so like angry at each other and that there wasn't really any episodes with very fun premises. But this episode, I don't want to spoil it, but it is definitely a good watch. It is so funny and it is just such a cool it's such a good premise. Like it's such an interesting idea that is explored.
Okay, I'll give it a try. Thanks for pointing that out. Um,
I love
and
Mr. Nimbus or whatever the
okay,
fuck
let's
his
talk
name's
about
called.
yeah. let's talk about the new Luca film because I've actually seen that. Have you guys
I
seen
haven't. No, I haven't. I want to.
Luca? What are you talking about?
that? There's a new Pixar film out on Disney Plus. Not you don't have to pay
Ooh,
for it either. It's called Luca.
you're talking
And
about the thing where they turn into fish, or where they're turned into humans, actually.
yeah, I don't want to spoil much for it for you guys, but I think I watched this review on it by Schaefer Productions. He's this YouTuber who reviews Pixar movies, and he basically said that this is like one of the few Pixar movies that isn't super ambitious. You know how Coco like explores life and death, and Inside Out explores emotions and stuff. It isn't it or
What?
what's that latest
Yeah.
Soul explores like your meaning in life.
No.
This
What about that one movie? The one. Fuck. The one that has Chris Pratt and
Onward.
yeah, Onward. Isn't that Pixar?
That's
That's Disney.
That's Pix. Yeah, wait, I don't know actually. I think it could be Disney. Yeah,
I know,
I
because I
think so.
remember like the mom is like the same type
Pixar
of
style.
mom as Inside Out. Hold on,
Yeah.
let me look at this.
Okay. Well, anyway, like those movies have like this grand message, right? Like it talks about like your meaning in life and like what things about. Well, this movie, Luca, it's a Pixar movie and it has all of the qualities of a Pixar movie, but it doesn't focus on that grandiose scale. So it's basically about this goody two shoes who's never been on the surface because his parents hate it, kind of like in Coco, whose parents hate singing and stuff, but he does it anyway.
Music.
Well, yeah, music, and it's about this other guy, this friend he meets, and they basically go on this kind of adventure, but it's not like it doesn't have a grand message, but it is really good,
It'll be
and
nice
it
to watch a
does.
Pixar movie without the threat of crying at the end of it.
You do cry. It is sad, but it isn't. It's more like a.
Yeah,
You should just watch it and find out. But I do have
I
to point out
can't.
that
I don't have Disney Plus.
you should watch it illegally,
Okay,
because
I'll pirate it.
Don't do that.
don't do
Why?
that.
You can't
Don't
tell people. I'm pretty sure it's illegal to tell people to pirate it.
watch it. I don't know.
I will.
Just
Watch it however you want. We're not telling
Yes.
you how.
Oh, I'm gonna pirate this movie, but I didn't get the idea from Zachary. No, I did not.
Yeah.
I think saying you're gonna pirate is illegal too, isn't it?
I'm not gonna pirate this movie. I will watch it within my own legal terms.
Yes. Good. Okay, but the thing is, like, this movie. I've heard some discussion about it. I've heard some discussion about it being an allegory for being gay, because in this movie, the two kids, they have like these two boys, they have like a really close relationship, and I think it kind of threads the line on being like, are they gay or not? Like, do they have like a yeah, and I think them being fish creatures and them going out into the world in like this Italian village where they go to explore and stuff, and being hated by people who are like, oh no, it's a sea creature, you can't be here, we don't like you. And I think it's an allegory for being gay, but also I've heard some discussion that like it isn't, so I don't really know, but I think you could put your own interpretation on it.
Yeah, I
It could be
think
an
that's
allegory for like
definitely-
many discriminatory things,
That's
like
true.
racism.
Well,
racism.
racism.
It is just racism at that point.
Well, I would-
But
I
an
would-
allegory. It's literally just. I mean, speciesism, I guess.
Technically,
Yeah, I mean-
xenophobia.
You're right about that. You're right about that. But it does. But the relationship between these boys makes it think like
Were you gonna say two little boys?
two. Yeah, I was gonna say two little boys, but then I realized that's not the best description for them. But they're like preteens.
AKA little boys.
Okay, just watch it and tell me what you think, because I want to know your guys' interpretations, because it may be different from mine. Okay, so and then there's a new Transformers movie called Transformers:
Ooh.
Rise of the Beast. I know, right? It's the 7th installment. Be kind, guys. It's set
The
in.
73rd installment.
Is it still Michael Bay?
I think he's a producer, but he's not a director.
There's a
So
robot T-Rex, and there's a robot lady, and then there's
this
a
is
robot.
this is different. This is different.
And
It is
guess
set in
what?
the
Now-
It's set in the 90s. It's set in the 90s.
Now
Okay.
the trucks can turn into planes.
Well, they get turned into animals because it follows the 90s cartoon Beast Wars, where
Dude,
the animals.
Beast Wars is awesome.
Yeah. So, well, oh, I thought you were saying it was crappy, huh? What happened?
When did I say Beast Wars was crappy, dude? Beast
Well,
Wars
you were
is a
saying
whole
that the
nother-
new. You were saying that the new Transformers film is.
Don't you dare compare the new Transformers to Beast Wars, okay? Beast
I
Wars.
bet it's gonna be so good. It's gonna
Beast
be the
Wars
best
is a
Transformers
different
ever.
vibe entirely, dude. You
And,
haven't lived if you didn't watch Beast Wars.
Okay.
I
I didn't have
freaking gorilla.
I didn't have
okay?
cable, dude. I had no cable, so how the fuck could I watch it?
Optimus Prime become Monk.
Okay.
Hold
my
on,
brain's
actually,
hurting.
I could be wrong here. I'm pretty sure he's a gorilla.
What the fuck? Okay, so there's the Borderlands movie finished filming.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna send you guys the photo of Claptrap.
I'm not ready. I mean, that's pretty good.
I'm sure he'll just look like Claptrap, but in real life.
Yeah, so
That's
Claptrap
pretty
is
good,
gonna
though.
be voiced by Jack Black, which I'm kind of excited for because I feel like it's the
Nice.
perfect casting.
They could have.
Jamie Lee Curtis will play
Cool.
Tannis. Do you guys know who Tannis is? I have a picture of her if you don't know
Yeah.
who she is.
I remember.
Which honestly I think is a good casting too.
So
Kate
is
Blanchett
this
will
is
play
following
Lilith.
Borderlands 3 then?
I think it's following Borderlands 1 actually.
Oh, okay.
And then
I
Kevin
haven't
Hart.
played with
Oh, why
first
would they
two.
follow Borderlands 3? It's the third game.
I think they're going to introduce it from the beginning. Kevin Hart is going to play Roland, which honestly, I think it'll be a good casting, but also Kevin Hart's kind of short and Roland doesn't seem short. No offense to
Doesn't
short
look
people.
short.
I'm a short person myself.
Oh yeah, that's Roland.
Hey. That's okay. Never mind.
Oh
became
wait,
Monk.
I just realized what I said. Never mind.
Oh no!
Good thing the audience does not know what we're talking about.
I love how I realized that right after you did.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on.
It's directed by Eli Roth, who directed this solid knockoff movie that got really popular called Hostel, and it's written by the guy who wrote and directed Chernobyl. You know that series, Chernobyl.
Yep.
So I think it'll be good. Yeah.
You
and
maybe
it's
watched Chernobyl, didn't you?
Yeah, it's expected to release in 2022. And for the last movie thing, Michael Keaton is going to be returning as Bruce Wayne in a new Flash movie, which is pretty cool. So
Whoa.
there are some images of him on
Flash?
set. Yeah, there's a Flash movie coming out by DC, and I guess it's going to involve the what's it called, the Flash.
Wait, who's Michael Keaton again? I recognize the name, but I forget who that is.
He played Batman in like the '90s thing, like with
The animated series?
No, he was Batman before Christian Bale was.
Are you talking about the one that had?
Nichols?
No, that was George Clooney, wasn't it?
He was the good one. He was the one who played Batman for like 3 movies, and he was actually good in it.
Are you talking about the Batman that had
Nicholas.
the Joker?
Yeah,
Joker.
Jack Nicholas.
Yeah.
Jack Nicholas played the Nicholson. Is that his name? I don't know. He played Joker. He
And,
was in
wasn't
he was in
also in that
Spider-Man.
movie that had. He was.
Yeah, he played Vulture in Spider-Man. Michael Keaton did.
Oh, that's cool.
Spider-Man Homecoming.
That's cool. I mean, I didn't even think about that.
But he's returning as Bruce Wayne in the Flash. So I'm guessing they're gonna have some extra dimensional stuff or like timeline stuff, universe stuff.
Yeah, because there's already one.
Okay, and I'm gonna let you talk about this next thing, Kate, because I'm sure you have a lot to say about it. Just do me a favor and describe as much as you know before giving your opinion on it. It's about Scott Cawthon retiring.
Oh boy.
Hey, what?
Oh boy. So basically what happened is some
Bodies.
somebody, yeah, is people found where people were looking at these donations or these super right-wing politicians that were apparently, I mean, I don't know who they are, what their agenda was, but apparently it's a fact that these politicians are extremely against LGBT and shit like that. So basically they found that one of these donations was made by Scott Cawthon, or that he was donating to these people, and people were getting really upset about it because, well, I mean, people thought that Scott Cawthon was supportive of the LGBT community, or LGBTQ plus, sorry, community, when it turned out that he might not be, that's unfair to say too, because we don't know that. There's always that separation because we don't know what kind of person Scott is, so assuming one thing is kind of unfair regardless of what his opinion is. But then the whole situation got super messy because I think that it was unfair to chastise him and threaten his family and threaten to dox him
Oh,
over this. I do understand why people were upset at him for it because he's endorsing people that are against, you know, LGBTQ plus, and that is understandable. I get that. So I understand both sides, but regardless, there was like basically this huge like Twitter thing. I'm sure it was on other social media too, but where I saw mostly was like Twitter, where basically everybody was just being super just inconsiderate of the other side, and there was not okay people on both sides. So the whole situation could have been handled so much better, and everybody was just a dick. Everybody was. And then so Scott ended up making a Reddit post or some shit where he didn't really handle it very well either. Um, he basically said that because of how many don't like he's donated to a bunch of organizations and he's been so nice over the years, so that basically is an excuse to always have faith in him that he's a great person. And it sounds like I'm against this, and I am in a sense. I do understand what he means, but using donating to an like that just because you donate to an organization does not make you a good person. I don't think he's a bad person, but regardless, that was his argument, which was not a solid one. And then the other thing too was that he was just really mad at people and was saying like, oh, like you're supposed to respect. What do you say? You're supposed to like respect my opinion, and that just because they were for just because they said a lot of these things about being like that would have basically said that they were against these against LGBTQ plus or against that community doesn't mean that they actually were, and that they could still have the best interests of those people in mind. And that also, I'm not quite sure what to think about that because I mean, I get what he's saying, but if they're if they're willing to go that far in the things that they if it's that obvious that they're against the LGBTQ plus community, then they probably are. But anyways, regardless of that whole situation, he basically retired because of it. He didn't say exactly that that was the reason, but he did reference it because he a couple days ago he did like a final Scott Games update, which is the website that he posts stuff on. And he basically said he was retiring, and he actually was really sweet about it. I think he did a lot better of a job on that. So he basically said that he wanted to spend more time with his family, and he got so caught up over the years on this Finance Freddy stuff, and he had a great time and all that, but he wanted to make games, like make other games and make games for his children. Um, and he actually was really nice about it. He had like a picture of like fan art from like this 8-year-old kid on there. I'm not really whatever, but so yeah, he's retiring. So he's going to hand off the production of the games to somebody else. We don't know who it is, but he said it will be somebody that he trusts with making of these games. It'll be somebody that he thinks is fully capable of continuing with his vision. So yeah, that's basically the entire situation.
okay.
Whoa.
One
Thanks for
thing.
explaining it. That was really good.
Thanks.
Okay. Um. Okay. So if just because you're donating to a cause doesn't make you a good person.
Yeah.
Um. Just because you're donating to a cause, does that also mean that you're not a bad person?
No, I mean it's neutral. It's you can't afford like you don't gain. I'm sure you are afforded a little bit of or a ton of respect, but I don't think that that's automatically a point in an argument for anything. It's not like a go get out of jail free card. That's not how it works.
Yeah. All right. What else?
Um, well, oh yeah, I was gonna say that I think maybe this is like good for the series because if there's a new person behind it, then maybe we'll get we'll get another
New
person's vision.
ideas.
Yeah, and is the movie still in production and stuff? And is he still like doing the books or whatever, or no?
And this
The
one game
books
coming up.
Well, the books already are going to end as far as I'm aware. I think there's like one or two that are supposed to come out, and then after that it's done anyway. So that was already going to end. And then the movie, yeah, that's as far as I know, there's nothing with that. That's still in production.
Okay, cool. It's funny because I just got a thing on Twitter that says that the next iPhone, the iPhone 13, is gonna come in a cardboard box. Added, so that's cool. Just a random thing.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right, interesting.
Ooh.
That. It's weird that happened. What's up?
Our House season 2.
Oh yeah, is that coming out?
It actually started June 12th. Is whenever the first episode released.
Oh, cool. Is it going to is it on Disney Plus yet?
I don't know. I'm trying. I know it's released on Disney, like per episode. I'm not sure if it's on Disney Plus. And I'm trying to see if it's on Amazon because I already have it. Already bought it. If it should be on there.
Okay,
Bro,
let's.
it's Scott Games like I think he took down Scott Games.
Yeah, I looked on the
What?
website and it wouldn't load and stuff, so I don't think it is working
I
anymore.
wanted to show you guys exactly what he said, but I guess I can't do that.
I'm sure we can find some old screenshots.
Yeah.
So there's a new Sonic DLC in Minecraft. You know how Minecraft has their DLC things where they have
I
like,
have like a Ben 10 DLC.
yeah, dude, Benton's the shit. And then Oculus is getting new updates where it allows for multitasking on like browsers and stuff, which just helps increase its, I guess, productivity if you're into that. There's a Bloodborne successor in the works called Velvet Veil, and it's just a Bloodborne successor. That's interesting.
Wait, Bloodborne, that
Like from software.
like
Bloodborne. Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool because I actually really liked Bloodborne. So cool,
I'm jealous because I've never been able to play it because I'm an Xbox guy.
dude. Yeah,
One day though.
that's why I want to get a PS4 or a PS5. I'm not sure which yet because there's not really anything for PS5. But I mean, actually, Demon Souls is on PS5, and I've been wanting to get back into a Souls game. So
Yeah. And then Konami, there's been like rumors of like a Silent Hill game in the works, right? And Konami released that there was something big happening with Silent Hill, or yeah, basically. And then it was revealed that it's not really a game; it's just a Silent Hill skateboard that they're releasing. So that's cool. They just disappointed
Skateboard?
us. Yeah, they're like, "There's something big coming for Silent Hill. You're gonna be so happy." And then it's just a fucking skateboard.
Who skateboard?
Skateboard.
Yeah, and that's all the news stories I have for today. So I think that was a really long episode, so I'm gonna have to cut out a lot. Oh,
no,
God.
just split it up in 2 parts.
Wait, check this out though. Oh yeah, this episode. You're right. This episode's long as hell.
Yeah. But anyway, that's it. So we'll be back. Okay, I promise we will be back this Friday with an episode about Bo Burnham's Inside. So be ready for that. I'm excited to talk about it.
I found both of the
Nice. So go ahead and rate us if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts. Follow us if you're listening on any other podcast service. Check out our Instagram. Check out our website. It's tpap.com. Check out our Twitter. Check out our Facebook. Oh yeah, I made us a TikTok, so check that out if you want to see it. And check out our YouTube. I made us I post our voice clips on there, just like clips out of our videos and stuff. And I made a YouTube where I'm gonna start posting our full conversations.
If you give me that
Nice.
TikTok, I promise you, I will put like very weird things on there.
Okay,
So
I'll do
will
it.
I.
Yeah. And yeah, so we're pretty much everywhere. So see us there. Anyway, bye.
We're
See ya.
everywhere. You can't escape us.